Hey kitties, my name is Brienne, and about 5 weeks ago I finally underwent my bariatric surgery. It was excellent. It was just great. There's so many things I want to tell you. I want to talk about vitamins and weight gain and hair loss and insurance and Mexico. I want to talk about all those things, but I can't because there is a story that's just eating at me. Oh, I gotta get this off my chest. Now, I will admit that when I woke up from surgery, I was a little miffed that I wasn't automatically 30 pounds lighter. But my waist came back almost immediately, and every day I would notice I was a little bit smaller. And by the 3rd week, I was feeling pretty perky, pretty good, you know. I was wearing things I hadn't worn in years. I was walking on sunshine. And then my mother asked me to go with her to a funeral. I don't like funerals in general, and this was going to be a funeral full of people that haven't seen me since I was 130 pounds. I wasn't sure if I wanted to go. And I'm thinking about it, and I decided that these people are in mourning. They're not going to be looking at me. They're not going to care. And so I just went to the funeral to support my mom. And I've always had a fondness for those hooded cloaks, the long ones, like Disney princesses wear. I wore them because I did the ghost tours in St. Augustine. And when you're dressed like a pirate, you can't exactly throw on an old leather jacket. You have to wear something period appropriate. And I wore one of those cloaks to the funeral. And I walk in, and this woman calls me over. This is a woman I have known since I was a child. Her daughter used to babysit me. They taught me to horseback ride. We go way back. And she called me over for a hug, and, well, I used to call her Miss Stephanie or Aunt Stephanie. Now I call her Satan, because the first words out of her mouth, she pointed to my cloak and my stomach and said, "Does this mean what I think it means?" Ow! That was not subtle. The priest on the altar 30 feet away knew what she thought it meant. And my incisions are still fresh. I've just had my stomach stapled, and someone said that to me. I was mad, and I couldn't react because I was in the house of God. I turned this over and over in my mind for a little bit. Maybe she meant something else. Maybe she would never be that mean, that cruel. No, never. She was that mean. She meant that. So I excused myself from the church, and I went outside, and I faced the wall, and I screamed. I screamed bloody murder. Ah! I did that twice. And I turned around, and there's the hearse driver and the pallbearer. I thought I was alone. And I start marching off because I didn't want to go back in, but I left my purse, and it was freezing, and I was 15 miles from my house. I had to go back in. It was humiliating. But just for future reference to everybody, don't ever ask if a woman is pregnant. Don't imply it. It's not gonna work out. You could be wrong. It just don't. I even had this friend once. She was very pregnant, like balloon under her shirt, sort of pregnant. And people would come up to her and they'd say, "When are you due?" And she would just tell them, "Oh, I'm not pregnant," just to be a bitch. No, just don't ask her, and never. No. Thank you. Have a great day.